Hello, my friend. Welcome to Fluent English Stories. I want to ask you something honest. When someone says to you, "How are you feeling today?" what do you say? Let me guess. You probably say, "I am fine, thank you." But are you really fine? Are you always just fine? Of course not. Sometimes you feel amazing. Sometimes you feel worried. Sometimes you feel confused. But you do not know how to say it in English. Today, I am going to change that for you. Today, you will learn not just to say, "I am fine," but to express exactly what is in your heart. Why is this so important? Because feelings are the language of the soul. When you can talk about your emotions, you connect with people on a deeper level. You build real friendships. You understand yourself better. And most importantly, you become more confident in English. You see, many English learners know grammar, they know vocabulary, but they cannot express their inner world. They feel like they are wearing a mask. They cannot show who they really are. This stops them from having real conversations. It stops them from making true connections. Let me tell you something powerful. Your feelings are valid. Your emotions matter. And you deserve to express them clearly. Not just in your native language, but in English too. When you learn to talk about your feelings in English, you unlock a new level of communication. You stop being just a language learner. You become a real person who speaks English. You become authentic. Now I know what you might be thinking. You might be saying, "But talking about feelings is hard, even in my own language. How can I do it in English?" My friend, I understand you completely. Many people find it difficult to open up about emotions. Some cultures teach us to hide our feelings, to be strong, to not complain. But here is the truth. Expressing your emotions is not weakness. It is actually courage. It is strength. And I am here to help you do it in English, step by step. Let us start with something very basic but very powerful, understanding the difference between surface feelings and deep feelings. What do I mean by this? Surface feelings are the simple emotions we show on the outside. Happy, sad, angry. These are easy. But deep feelings are what we really feel inside. Sometimes we smile on the outside but feel lonely inside. Sometimes we look calm but feel anxious inside. Learning to recognize both kinds of feelings will help you become more honest with yourself and with others. Think about yesterday. What did you feel? Really feel? Maybe in the morning you felt fresh and energetic. Maybe at lunch you felt a bit bored or sleepy. Maybe in the evening you felt peaceful or maybe stressed. These are all different shades of emotion. And English has beautiful words for all of them. The problem is, most English courses only teach you the basic words, like happy and sad. But life is not just happy or sad. Life is complicated. Your feelings are complicated. And you need the right words to express this complexity. Let me share something with you. When I started learning English, I had the same problem. I could talk about the weather, I could order food, I could introduce myself. But when someone asked me, "How do you really feel about this?" I was lost. I did not have the words. I felt trapped inside my own thoughts. I remember one day, I had a terrible day at work. Everything went wrong. I was tired, frustrated, overwhelmed. But when my English-speaking friend asked me, "Are you okay?" all I could say was, "I am a bit tired." That was it. I could not express the storm inside me. That moment changed everything for me. I decided to learn the emotional vocabulary that nobody teaches you in textbooks. So, let us start building your emotional vocabulary right now. First, let us talk about the good feelings, the positive emotions that make life beautiful. When something wonderful happens, you might feel delighted. This is stronger than happy. Delighted means you are extremely pleased, like a child opening a birthday present. You might feel content, which means you are satisfied and peaceful with your life right now. Or you might feel grateful, which means you recognize the good things you have and you appreciate them deeply. When you achieve something difficult, you feel accomplished. This is the feeling of success, of finishing something important. When you spend time with people you love, you might feel cherished, which means you feel loved and valued. When you learn something new or experience something amazing, you feel inspired. This is the feeling that makes you want to do something creative or meaningful. These words are gold, my friend. Use them, practice them, make them yours. Now let us talk about the difficult feelings, the ones that are harder to express but just as important. When things do not go as planned, you might feel disappointed. This is different from sad. Disappointed means your expectations were not met. When you have too much work and not enough time, you feel overwhelmed. It is like drowning in responsibilities. When you try hard but cannot succeed, you feel frustrated. This is the feeling of being blocked, of hitting a wall again and again. When you worry about the future, you feel anxious. Anxiety is that uncomfortable feeling in your chest when you think about what might happen. When you feel that nobody understands you, you feel misunderstood or isolated. When someone hurts you or treats you unfairly, you might feel betrayed or resentful. These are strong words, but sometimes life requires strong words. You need them to be honest about your experience. Here is something crucial that will change how you express emotions in English. You can use intensity words to show how strong your feeling is. You do not just feel tired. Maybe you feel a little bit tired, or quite tired, or extremely tired, or absolutely exhausted. See the difference? Each one tells a different story. The same goes for happy. You can be slightly happy, pretty happy, very happy, or incredibly happy, or over the moon. This is how you add color and depth to your emotional expression. Let me teach you a secret technique that native speakers use all the time. They combine feelings to express complex emotions. You can say, "I feel excited, but also a bit nervous." Or, "I feel proud of myself, but also a little bit scared about what comes next." Or, "I feel grateful for this opportunity, but also worried that I might fail." This is real life. Real feelings. They are not simple. They are mixed. And English allows you to express this beautifully. Now, talking about your feelings is one thing. But listening to others talk about their feelings is equally important. When someone shares their emotions with you, how do you respond? This is where many learners struggle. They do not know what to say. Let me give you some powerful phrases. If someone tells you they feel sad or stressed, you can say, "That sounds really difficult." Or, "I can imagine how hard that must be." Or, "Thank you for sharing that with me." Or, "I am here if you need to talk." These simple phrases show empathy, show that you care, show that you are a good friend. But what if you do not understand exactly how they feel? That is okay. You can say, "I have never experienced that myself, but I can see it is affecting you deeply." Or, "Help me understand better. What does that feel like for you?" Or, "What would make you feel better right now?" These questions show respect. They show you want to understand. And that is beautiful. Let me tell you about a mistake that many English learners make when talking about feelings. They apologize too much. They say, "Sorry for being emotional. Sorry for bothering you with my problems. Sorry for feeling this way." My friend, stop apologizing for your feelings. Your emotions are not a burden. They are part of being human. In English-speaking cultures, especially in modern times, people appreciate honesty and vulnerability. When you share your real feelings, people respect you more, not less. So please, do not say sorry for having emotions. Instead, say, "I really need to talk about this." Or, "I appreciate you listening." Or, "It means a lot that I can be honest with you." Here is something practical you can do starting today. At the end of each day, take 2 minutes and describe your day using emotional words. Not just what you did, but how you felt. You can do this in your mind, or you can write it in a journal, or you can record yourself speaking. For example, this morning I woke up feeling groggy and unmotivated, but after my coffee, I felt more alert and ready to start. During my meeting at work, I felt a bit intimidated by my boss, but I also felt proud that I spoke up about my idea. In the afternoon, I felt drained and needed a break. In the evening, I felt relaxed and content watching my favorite show. See how rich this description is? You are not just saying, "My day was good." You are painting a picture with emotions. This practice will do 2 amazing things for you. First, it will expand your emotional vocabulary automatically. You will start noticing more words, remembering more expressions, using them more naturally. Second, it will make you more aware of your own emotions. You will start understanding yourself better. And when you understand yourself, you can explain yourself to others. This is powerful. Now let me share some common situations where you need to express feelings, and I will give you the exact words to use. Imagine you are at work and you have too many tasks. You can say to your manager, "I am feeling quite overwhelmed with my current workload. I want to do quality work, but I am concerned I might not meet all these deadlines. Can we prioritize together?" This is professional, clear, and honest. Or imagine you are with friends and someone says something that upsets you. You can say, "I know you were joking, but that comment actually hurt my feelings. I would appreciate it if we could avoid that topic." This is assertive but kind. Or imagine you achieved something big, like finishing a difficult project or getting a promotion. You can say, "I feel incredibly proud of this accomplishment." It took a lot of hard work, and there were moments I wanted to give up, but I kept going. This is celebrating yourself without sounding arrogant. You are just being real about your journey. Let me address something important. Some of you might come from cultures where talking about feelings is considered weak or inappropriate. I respect your culture completely. But I want you to know something. Learning to express emotions in English does not mean you have to change who you are. You can still be yourself. You can still maintain your cultural values. But having the ability to express feelings in English gives you more options. It gives you flexibility. In some situations with some people, you might choose to open up more. In other situations, you might stay more reserved. That is your choice. But at least you have the language to do it if you want to. Here is another powerful technique: using metaphors to describe feelings. Native speakers do this all the time. Instead of saying, "I feel very sad," you might say, "I feel like there is a heavy weight on my chest." Or instead of saying, "I feel anxious," you might say, "I feel like I am walking on thin ice." Or instead of saying, "I feel happy," you might say, "I feel like I am floating on air." Metaphors make your English more vivid, more interesting, more native-like. And they actually help you express feelings that are hard to describe directly. Let me also teach you about the difference between feeling words and thinking words. Many learners confuse these. For example, "I feel like you are wrong" is not really about feelings. It is about thinking. The correct way to express a feeling would be, "I feel frustrated when you disagree with me," or "I feel hurt because I think you do not value my opinion." See the difference? Real feeling words describe emotions: happy, sad, angry, excited, nervous, confused. Thinking words describe thoughts or opinions. Learning this difference will make your communication much clearer. Now, what about those moments when you have mixed feelings, when you are not sure what you feel? This happens to everyone. You can say, "I have mixed feelings about this." Or, "I am torn between feeling excited and feeling scared." Or, "I cannot quite put my finger on what I am feeling right now, but something feels off." Or, "I need some time to process my emotions about this." These are all perfectly valid things to say. You do not always need to have a clear answer immediately. Sometimes feelings need time to settle before you can name them. Let me give you one more beautiful gift. There are some feeling words in English that do not translate easily into other languages, but they describe very specific and wonderful emotions. For example, nostalgic means feeling happy and sad at the same time, when you remember the past. Bittersweet means something is both pleasant and painful at once, like saying goodbye to a good friend who is moving away. Overwhelmed with joy means you are so happy that it almost feels like too much happiness, like you might cry from joy. Relieved means you were worried about something, and now the worry is gone, and you feel so much lighter. As we come close to the end, I want to remind you why you started this journey. You are learning English because you want to connect with the world. You want to express yourself. You want to be understood. And feelings are at the heart of all human connection. When you can share what is in your heart when you can listen to what is in someone else's heart. You build bridges. You create understanding. You make real friendships. You live a richer life. So please, do not just memorize these feeling words like vocabulary lists. Use them, feel them, practice them. Start today. Right now. Think about how you are feeling as you listen to these words. Are you feeling curious, motivated, maybe a bit tired but interested? Maybe hopeful about improving your English? Whatever you feel, try to name it. Say it out loud. I feel curious about learning more emotional vocabulary. I feel motivated to practice this today. I feel hopeful that this will help me connect with people better. This is your first step. Remember, every native speaker was once a beginner at expressing feelings too. Children learn these words gradually. You are doing the same thing, just in a new language. Be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. It is okay if you do not find the perfect word immediately. It is okay if you make mistakes. What matters is that you try. What matters is that you open your heart and let your true self speak in English. You are doing something brave right now. You are learning to be vulnerable in a foreign language. That takes courage. I am proud of you. Keep going. Keep practicing. Keep expressing what is real inside you. The world needs your voice. The world needs your authentic self. And English is just the tool that helps you share it. Thank you for being here with me today, my friend. I believe in you. Now go out there and tell someone how you really feel. You have got this.